I was homeless for 3 years. I worked with the guest house. They found us a one-bedroom apartment. I was pregnant at the time, so we knew that we were going to have to move out, after we had the baby or whatnot. So we had signed a 1-year lease in October of 2021. We got there and the heat didn't work right off the bat. The windows did not lock. The countertop was not connected to the cabinets. I mean, there was just a lot of stuff like that needed to be fixed. And while the guest house was working with us and helping us, the landlord, Latasha, it's her company, the Ardell Property Management, LLC, is owned and ran strictly by Latasha Woodson. So she stated she was going to fix all this and whatnot, but then the guest house, they once we were in the property, then we didn't need their help anymore. And I was 7 months pregnant, and the heat went out again. So we contacted her, and we went 4 days without heat, and had to run the oven for 4 days because she offered no assistance at all. And like I said, I was 7 months pregnant at the time. So when it came time to pay rent, I asked her if she would help pay a portion of the electric bill. And I was told absolutely not. If you do not pay me my rent in full, I am sending you a 5-day notice. So we paid the rent in full, and we used Cash App to pay our rent. So I have, all of my receipts and whatnot. I then had an injury, a slip and fall, because the property was not up to code. There was a drain pipe that was hanging out, and whenever it would rain or snow, the entire back area would turn into a skate pond. So I fell and I hit my head and sprained my ankle. I called her to ask for the building insurance information, and she hung up on me. So I called the lawyer. She hung up on them. Then the lawyer sent her a few letters, and she just did not answer or respond. I actually found a lawyer who went to small claims for me and filed a small claims suit against her, because they found out that she has many properties in Milwaukee that are not in very good neighborhoods. But she lives in, I believe, Beaver Dam in a $700,000 house. And if you Google the Ardell property, I believe like 3 or 4 different pages show up, and there's quite a few complaints about her, the way she treats her tenants. So I settled. I accepted the agreement on May 2nd for the slip and fall case. Finally, my lawyer said that I should have received my check no later than 3 weeks after signing it, May 2nd. I still have not received that check for the settlement. So shortly after I signed the agreement, while my lawyer was working on the slip and fall case, I was still requesting the security deposits back, because we moved out September of 2022. We received a notice from her saying she was not renewing our lease. There was no reason as to why, but we're assuming it was because I had the slip and fall lawsuit pending against her. So, so we moved out September of 2022, and from, when we moved out until today, we've been fighting to get our security deposit back. I have text messages from her saying that it was in the old mailbox, the mailbox that we lived at. So my boyfriend went there, and it was not. So then I messaged her, and I asked her, I said, can you please stop playing games and just Cash App the security deposit back to me? Because that's how you accepted rent all year. Why not just send me the security deposit back on Cash App? And I received a text back from her that said, I'm going to check with the bank, and if it hasn't been cashed, I will send it certified mail. And I then explained to her, you know that we don't live there anymore, so no one will be there to sign for it. Why are you playing these games? And then I got no response. So then I went and sat down with the Marquette law students and their lawyer mentor. They actually printed out a very professional letter and sent it to her, requesting double damages because this was months after moved out, and I believe it's 21 days they have to give you an itemized list of damages and or return security deposits. She did not. In the messages that I have, I'm sorry, I'm trying to sunder my face here. In the messages that I have, there was no nothing about keeping any of the security deposit for any damages. So, and we did not get us itemized anything. So yeah, Marquette sent her a letter, and then she just ignored it. And I sent in a complaint. Oh yeah, so shortly after I accepted the offer for the slip and fall, I filed a complaint with the Consumer Protection Bureau, and they stated that she does have quite a few complaints against her online. However, not many people know about them. So I was the first person to file a formal complaint. And so what they were going to do was send her a warning letter, but that was all that they could do because I was the only complaint about her formally. Now, the city of Milwaukee has something, I don't know exactly what it is, but it was sent to my boyfriend, a list of all the things that were wrong with our apartment building. And it stated that we did not have to pay her rent, that we could send the rent, that the city of Milwaukee had an account that we could send our rent to, and Latasha could go there and retrieve the money from that account in order to fix the building. So we explained this to her, and again, we were told absolutely not. You pay my rent or you're getting evicted. And with us having the baby and stuff, we don't want to take any chances, so we just paid the rent. But like I said, since we moved out, I've been fighting to get the security deposit. And then after I sent in the formal complaint to the Consumer Protection Bureau, then my lawyer for the slip and fall case could not reach her lawyer anymore, and he wouldn't return any calls. So this is why I haven't received the slip and fall check. They're assuming. So now I'm still just waiting for my security deposits, and my next step, I guess, I just found out that I can go to the courthouse and file a small claims against her myself. And because I am low to no income and I receive food share, the fees will be waived, as well as any attorney fees she'll have to pay. But I'll be representing myself and my own attorney. So I'm not sure how that would go, but that's my next step, is to go to small claims and file a suit against her for double damages because, like I said, we still have not received our security deposit. Treat her tenants with she doesn't follow any of the, as far as I can't say any because I don't know all of them. But I did receive from the Consumer Protection Bureau, I received a list of landlord responsibilities, and there were quite a few that she does not follow. Right after we moved out, one of the upstairs neighbors, his roof caved in, and he contacted her, and she told him that she would fix it when she could, and it wasn't fixed still a month later. And so he said, I'm not paying rent if you're not going to fix my roof. And she started the eviction process. So, I mean, and the worst part is like I said, she lives in a $700,000 house. The lawyer that handled my slip and fall case, the reason they went to small claims and filed on my behalf was because they saw how, they saw that she has all this expensive stuff in her husband's name, but all these properties in Milwaukee that are in not very good neighborhoods, and that she just does not take care of the buildings. She just basically moves people in, and because they are, don't have the money to live in better neighborhoods, she just treats them as if they're nothing and doesn't do anything that she's supposed to do. Like, she should not be a landlord. She shouldn't be allowed to be a landlord. I definitely want my street buzz back. I deserve the double damages, obviously, because that's the law. But I also was told that because I am representing myself as my own attorney, I should be able to charge an attorney fee. But I don't know that that's really the case. But I really want the judge to see what she is doing and how she is treating people, and stick it to her. I mean, I'm not that kind of person. I'm not one to complain. That's not me. But when you treat people like they're nothing because they are, not, they don't have, aren't capable of living the lavish lifestyle that you live, it's unacceptable, and I don't think she should be able to get away with what she's getting away with.